If your skin becomes dry, cracks, or you experience eczema flare-ups during the back to school season and you want natural, simple, and effective skincare tips, then this video is for you. My name is Renee and I'm the owner and founder of Pure and Cocoa, a coconut skincare line designed specifically for women with dry eczema skin, because I have dry eczema skin also, and I know exactly how it feels and frustrating and at times embarrassing it can be. But with these tips that I'm going to outline in this video, they will help you no matter how busy you are. All it takes is a couple minutes in the morning and at night, and you can feel your absolute best. Tip number one is to be consistent with a skincare routine that you can keep up with. Don't create a complicated 12-step regimen where it takes you an hour and a half to do every single day and it becomes more of a chore and a burden. And especially if the results are lackluster, then what's the point? So personally, what I have found and have used for the last 10 years is a 2-step skincare regimen that actually works amazingly for my hands because I have eczema on the backs of my hands and dry skin everywhere else, sensitive skin on my face. I have a little bit of rosacea, working on that. I'm hoping I can update you with tips on that in the future. But really what it boils down to is just create a couple products. You don't need a whole bunch of them, and just like I said, to be consistent. Use it in the morning and then use it again at night. I know, again, personally, if I don't stick with my skincare routine, especially in the fall and the winter months, then my skin is more likely to have an eczema flare up a little bit, or it'll get kind of grumpy and start to flake or dry, or maybe even a couple cracks here and there. So really just being consistent is huge. Tip number 2 is to make yourself a priority. And no, this isn't selfish. It's actually really important that you do take care of yourself and don't let your skincare routine fall off the bandwagon the first second that you get overwhelmed with your schedule, your kids' schedules, husband's schedules, etc. It really is important, so that way you take care of yourself, so that way you feel good about yourself, you feel good about your skin, you're not staying awake at night thinking, why did I not keep up with my skincare routine, or during the day feeling bad about your skin, feeling dry, tight, or itchy, or maybe even you have some cracking or redness going on your hands or wherever your eczema ends up being. You can follow step 1 where you make it part of your daily skincare routine. It could be like, think of it as a mini spa treatment that you get to pamper yourself. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, once in the morning and again at night, can make all the difference in the world. Tip number 3 is to swap out your soaps. Now, this gets overlooked a lot because we tend, at least I do, I tend to steer towards, ooh, pretty packaging, or it smells pretty, without thinking, this was in the past, without considering what was in the ingredients. So something that I always recommend to my customers in person or online is to use Castile soap. So Castile soap is a great option because it cleanses the skin, it moisturizes every time you use it. It's great to use it for a hand wash. You can even use it to bathe with, but it's got oils in it and natural ingredients that are gonna nourish and moisturize your skin every time that you use it. So it's not gonna strip your skin of moisture or any hydration that you currently have on your skin. I'll leave some links down below to my favorite Castile soaps down below. It's available in liquid and bar soap form. If you get it in liquid, it's super easy to use. I get like a pretty pump, like a pumping soap dispenser, and then fill it halfway with Castile soap and then the rest way with water. You can do a little, like 3/4 Castile soap, rest of the way water. It doesn't really matter if you want more foaming. And even if it doesn't foam, it doesn't mean it's not working, but just pay attention to how your skin feels after you use it. It's just incredible. And if you don't, or if you work outside of home, or you have to go to your day job or whatever, if you can, take one with you and then just keep it in the bathroom there. If you have like a private bathroom that you don't have to show customers, that way you're not going through it a whole bunch. But it will honestly make the biggest difference switching out your hands. Tip number 4, I see this all the time when I go to pop-ups, and I used to do it unknowingly myself. Nobody ever told me this. I just figured it out on my own through trial and error, experience, research, what have you. So is to, every time you wash your hands, don't over dry your hands when you're washing them, or when you're drying them. So like if you're using a towel, pat dry. If you're using an air dryer, just rub your hands together a little bit, but leave your skin slightly damp, and then rub your hands together the rest of the way dry if you need to. That will make a big difference. That way, again, you're not accidentally over drying your skin and then leaving it stripped of moisture or tight and irritated afterwards. It honestly will make a big difference. Number 5 is to look at the back of the ingredients listed on the bottle. Do not go by what's said on the front of the label. That's where like they will greenwash you or be like, oh, it must be healthy because they said that it uses natural ingredients on the front, and then you turn around the bottle or the jar, and then when in fact it's like a mile-long list of ingredients that you can't read, you can't pronounce, and who knows what you're putting into your skin, which your body absorbs what you're putting onto your skin. It makes a big difference. So the big things that you want to make sure you stay away from, especially if you have dry eczema skin tendencies on your hands, is to lotions that have water, alcohol, or fragrances listed anywhere on the ingredients on the back. And then another thing to note is the order of ingredients are listed from the highest to the lowest. So most lotions are water-based, and they'll say it on the back. When you read the ingredients, it'll say aqua or water. And then essentially you're paying for water, and that goes for any kind of moisturizer. So keep that in mind when you're checking out and picking out your moisturizers. Fragrances is a market industry term where companies legally do not have to disclose all the ingredients that are used in their fragrance. So basically it's just toxic. It's no good for your skin. It could be all kinds of horrible things for your skin. It could potentially be making your skin worse off than before. And then alcohol, I always suggest people stay away from that because it just dries the skin out more. And then especially if you have any cracks or super dry skin, it's gonna sting and burn. So if that's the case for you, then definitely avoid those. I know in the past, growing up, when I would put lotions on before I knew better, they would sting and burn. It would make me cry because it would hurt so bad. I didn't know to look at the ingredients. So lesson learned. Take a look at the ingredients and make sure that you are using natural and organic whenever possible ingredients, and just by verifying what's on the back of the packaging. Number 6. So I know a lot of companies, blogs, articles, websites, they'll tell you, okay, it's back to school, it's fall time. You need to switch out your entire skincare routine and start on this other new, overwhelming, buy all this extra stuff so that way you can keep your skin hydrated and moisturized going into this new season. Well, depending on your skin, if you have a good skincare routine in place and it's natural and organic ingredients, I would say stick with it. Or if you need to switch, then look for just a couple of key quality products to help your skin become more moisturized, and so that way it becomes into a healthier state before going into the back to school and fall months. That way it's like training for a marathon. You want to get your skin prepared for what's coming so that way your skin can better perform during the season with all the extra hand washing and the hand sanitizer use, both of which is really hard on the hands. This will make a big difference and will help you. Number 7 is ingredients that you want to look for in your lotions and your creams is mango butter, cocoa butter, shea butter, avocado oil, organic coconut oil. These ingredients are high in fatty natural acids. They're very good for the skin. They're very nourishing. They help to block water from making it wash off. But it also helps to trap the moisture into your skin so that your skin is more healthy looking. It feels better, so that you're not constantly sitting there stressing and rubbing your hands like my hands hurt. I know how that feels. It just makes a big difference when you use ingredients like that. So those, especially if you can find a cream or a lotion with those as the first ingredients, then you're going to be far better off than using a lotion or cream that is water-based, because water-based product on top of already dry eczema skin probably isn't going to help your skin a whole bunch. You're just going to be wasting your time, money, and effort, and we don't want to do that. Number 8 is essential oils are safe to use if they are properly diluted, but a word of caution, I mean, especially if you're allergic to something like peppermint, lavender, eucalyptus, obviously steer clear of those, don't use them. But if it's essential oils used for scent purposes like I do in my formulations, essential oils are, generally speaking, going to be a much safer and better alternative to fragrances, because they are not full of all those toxins and unknown chemicals and unknown added dyes that are in fragrances to make them smell more appealing. Generally speaking, most essential oils are steam pressed or they're distilled, so that way you're getting the whole plant for the scent. And they have been used for a millennia plus for beauty remedies and application. They're very safe to use on the skin. They're a great option if you're like, I want scent, but I don't want to use fragrances. Essential oils are, I recommend, a great way to go. And there are lots of podcasts and YouTube videos from doctors that are experts in essential oils, and you can decide like which one will be best for you. Or if you just want to use it for scent purposes, you can absolutely do that too, and it is totally fine. Is always, if you are unsure about starting a new skincare routine, or if you have questions, ask your healthcare provider or your naturopath. I highly recommend finding a naturopath if that's the route you want to go. You notice conventional lotions just aren't working like you expect or need, and you're just frustrated with the same old hamster wheel of things aren't working, and you're trying everything under the sun and nothing is changing. I would definitely go that route, because they can help you steer you in the right direction and run tests and stuff for you if you need to address anything internally, or if they have recommendations on things that you can use on your skin. Number 10 is diet and lifestyle can absolutely affect your skin too, which we may or may not know this. If things keep popping up over and over again, like it's a repetitive cycle of the same conditions or symptoms, again, check out a naturopath doctor in your area. Or there's a couple that I listen to on podcasts, and they have YouTube channels that you can go down that rabbit hole if you want. I'll link their podcast down below. It is Dr. Josh Axe and Ancient Nutrition Podcast. I don't get anything for recommending them to you, but I just listened to them personally and found them to be an absolute goldmine when it comes to natural and health and wellness. 2 products that I use that I said is my entire skincare routine, I'm going to show you, is let's see if I can get it to focus. Moisturizing exfoliator. It's a sugar-based and coconut oil. Here, I'll show you the ingredients. So what I do is I use it morning and night, and because it's sugar-based, it's very gentle on the skin. It exfoliates gently, but it also melts quickly because it is sugar-based. And if you look at it under a microscope, it has round corners. It's not sharp, jagged corners like a salt or shells, anything like that. And because it has organic coconut oil in it, it's doing 2 things simultaneously. Sugar is lifting the dull, dry skin cells, and it is moisturizing with the organic coconut oil at the same time. And it's a cold pressed coconut oil, so it still has all the vitamins and the nutrients in it to help your skin to repair itself. This is what I use every single day, head to toe. But if you're looking for something specifically for your hands, this is absolutely amazing. And then I'll provide links to everything down below. You can get it on Amazon, or you can take my free skincare quiz on my website. And then follow it up. So you use this first, and then rinse and pat dry. Like I was saying, pat dry is very important. And then just a pea-sized amount of the cream. Let's see if I can get it to... A pea-sized amount of this, because it is super dense, which is nice. It has mango butter in it, which I was telling you about earlier. Mango butter repels water. It calms the itch associated with eczema instantly, which is amazing. So give it a try. Everybody's skin's different, but personally, and for hundreds of other customers, same thing. But it also helps to plump the skin. It just stays on all day, so you don't have to constantly reapply it. Again, most lotions you have to reapply because they are water-based, so that's why it just washes off when you wash your hands. That is not the case with these. And then I'll show you the ingredients on here. I was gonna mention too, if I can get it to focus. The FDA is starting to crack down on companies displaying the full ingredient list on their websites, which is nice. I already do. I think it's customer transparency. You need to know what you're buying in advance. If people come up when I'm at pop-ups, I encourage them to take a look at the ingredients, make sure they're not allergic to anything, or it's nothing, you know, that they're comfortable putting on their skin, because it is so important what you put on your skin as well as what we put into our body, so that way our skin can be its best. And that is my entire skincare routine. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I would be happy to answer them for you. With that, please be sure to like and subscribe to this video so that you can be a hero for someone else and help them discover these tips and tricks, so that way they're not suffering needlessly with their skincare routine, or specifically on the hands, such a highly visible area that is so, it can just be a frustrating uphill battle that doesn't need to be. So the biggest takeaway from this is to apply these tips when applicable. Pay attention to what your skin is saying. Maybe go check out those doctors that I recommended, and go talk to your healthcare provider. Otherwise, links will be down below, and I hope this encouraged you.